In today's brief insight of current affairs, I'll be discussing a very contemporary topic, which is US and Pakistan's relationship after US's withdrawal from Afghanistan and options for Pakistan. As we know that US has agreed on a timeline, which is September 11 of this year, to completely withdraw its troops from Afghanistan. And it raises a pertinent question that what will be the course of relationship between US and Pakistan? As we know that from the past 20 years, Pakistan has been greatly supporting US in Afghanistan by providing NATO supply line, by providing various operational and military support to the US to counter terrorism. And as a result, our relationship has been derived mainly due to the defense and security related issues. As a result, the US and Pakistan's relationship were extremely cordial. And US did give a lot of help and support to Pakistan in the form of Kerry Lugar Bill, in the form of Coalition Support Fund, as well as providing F-16 aircrafts back in 2003. So we can see that majorly when Pakistan had some military ties and supporting the US, at least from the last 20 years, Pakistan relationship with the US was extremely cordial. But even seeing a few years back during the Cold War times, we can still see that in the course of history, Pakistan and US's relationship has been derived through military and security collaborations. A prime example of this is of Afghan war back in 1990s, when Pakistan outrightly supported the US in defeating the USSR in Afghanistan, which led towards US being a dominant force. But soon after that, when the coalition and war was over, US imposed sanctions on Pakistan for carrying out military nuclear tests in Pakistan. But afterwards, we can see that soon after 2001, when Pakistan again supported the US in war in Afghanistan, the sanctions were removed. So from historical perspective, we can see that Pakistan's relationship with the US was purely defined on military and security related matters. Furthermore, we can also see that Pakistan and US's relationship got extremely strained when there was an obstacle in military cooperation. A prime example of this is of Salala checkpost incident in 2011, when US helicopter attacked Pakistani army checkpost, and as a result, Pakistan closed the NATO supply line, which really antagonized the US, and as a result, the US blocked Kerry Lugar Bill and other support fund, which led towards a strain in the relationship between US and Pakistan. Let's now discuss that what will be the prospects of US and Pakistan's relationship, especially after US's complete withdrawal from Afghanistan. When considering the things from historical lens, we can clearly see and we can clearly predict that there may be a downsize between US and Pakistan's relationship, because we have seen that in the past, military and security collaboration used to define their relationship. But however, things are a bit different. Afghanistan and Pakistan are both geostrategic important countries for the US. And we can clearly see that US has fought one of its longest wars in this region. And hence, US cannot afford a complete divorce from Pakistan based on this specific reason. US may want to retain their power in the region, especially after entry of China and dominance of Iran. So US may try to increase its collaboration with Pakistan, especially at that time when they are pulling out. So this can be a probable aspect, because back at times there was a unipolar world where US was the super leader, but now the world is going towards multipolarity, which means more than one superpower. Hence, US cannot afford to cut ties completely with Pakistan and have strained relationship, because they understand that Pakistan has good relationship with Afghan Taliban, and this can help maintain its dominance somehow in Afghanistan. Let's now discuss options for Pakistan. Well, Pakistan has to be very cautious now, especially after US's withdrawal from Afghanistan, because Pakistan is a strong ally of China, both geostrategic and geoeconomic wise, which means that if Pakistan tries to enhance their relationship, especially in military capacity with the US, that will definitely antagonize China, which is not in the national interest of Pakistan. On the other hand, USA's complete tilt towards India by providing them outright military support and other sort of military and technological support is against the national interest of Pakistan, especially related to security matters. And hence Pakistan has to be cautious when dealing with the geostrategic element. However, Pakistan cannot afford to completely cut ties with US. So what Pakistan can do is Pakistan can explore industries in the US and enhance collaboration in tertiary sector like software, computers, etc., because US has one of the leading markets in software technologies. So Pakistan can instead diversify their relationship and can go beyond the pure military relationship. So this was a brief insight about US-PAK relationship in context to US's complete withdrawal from Afghanistan. If you have any questions or any suggestions, please feel free to comment down below. Thank you very much.